gifted and black. At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
Hey there, I'm Jared Hill, president of the National Association of Black Journalists of Los Angeles, and I just want to say thank you for the benevolent $10,000 donation and scholarships for the next generation of black journalists.
And I'm Haywood Galbraith, photojournalist and founder of the Minority Photojournalism Institute. Thanks, KBLA, for your generous $10,000 scholarship gift to help us train the next generation of black photojournalists.
Congratulations to all the students who will benefit from the scholarship dollars raised at our Black History Month luncheon, honoring black legends in LA media. When we come forward at KBLA Talk 1580, we're bringing everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us.
Wow. You going back at a damn. Wow.
Stand up on the cloud. Shout out now. The one for me.
You gonna make me grow my cherry curl back. I'll do it.
Still love by my side. The world will be mine. The one for me.
And like some Jordache jeans. I'm gonna put them on.
With this new life I found, takes my feet up off the ground to fly away.
With some nice penny loafers too. I'm gonna do that too.
With this new life I did, takes away my every fear, don't go away.
And a Yo Baby Yo t-shirt under that.
You just
I'll
don't
do it.
know what you did to me, but I'm not saying. I'm not ashamed. Since you gave me love and shelter from the rain, you just don't know how you make me feel. Your sweet love, girl, is so unreal. I've got love desire. Since you love it, my soul's on fire. Stand up on the cloud, shout out now, you're the one for me. With your love by my side, the world will be mine. You're the one for me.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. Previous Jerry curl wearer. My Jerry curl was fire too, boy. It was fire. I ruined many a pillowcase back in my time. I ain't gonna get into details, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying your boy had a little bit of success. That's all I'm saying. I was like, and you be in the car, and you know, to get on the back of the seat, and you gotta have a little bottle, and the girls be like, Danny be glistening. I was sexy, boy.
You had that soul glow?
I did. I had that soul glow. Sexy boy. By the way, year, ooh, that's a tough one.
That boy good.
That boy good. Considering the synthesizers in the song, I'm going to guess 1982.
Woo! You were close.
Ooh, what is it?
1981.
I'm telling you. If the synthesizers are in that, because, man, right around the late 70s, early 80s, R&B and a little bit of hip-hop start coming along, too. Start using synthesizers in their music. As a matter of fact, rock did the same thing. All throughout the 80s, that's all you hear is that, you know, like a Van Halen jump. Those synthesizers were taking over, man.
Wasn't that Parliament Funkadelic, too?
Yeah, big time, man.
Okay.
Just synthesizers. But then the transition started moving into the 90s. I always say, for me, the transitional point from the 80s to the 90s, the sound of the music, Bobby Brown, Don't Be Cruel. To me.
It's late 80s.
It was 89, 90, and people were still, you know, doing their thing. Like Michael Jackson dropped Bad in 87, I believe.
Yeah.
And that even had, listen to Bad. Go back and listen to the song Bad, not the album, the song. That's got some synthesizers in it.
So it was like 84, 85, 86. What was
Well,
popping during that?
Thriller was 84, you got to keep in mind.
Okay, so it was still Michael Jackson. It was still Prince.
Thriller was 84. Prince was 85, you know,
All right.
85 Purple Rain, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, yeah, 87, Michael dropped Bad. It was crazy, but man, 89, that's when LaFace records start coming in, and Bobby dropped that freaking Don't Be Cruel album. That thing was a monstrosity.
Facts.
I heard Babyface saying that thing sold 8 million copies, and it came out of, they were like, wow,
And then what came after Bobby Brown?
New Edition, Any Heartbreak. That dropped in 90. And I remember Don't Be Cruel and If It Is in Love. The song Don't Be Cruel and If It Is in Love were on the top 10 in the top 10 at the same time. Bobby was probably thinking, see, y'all need a group to make a hit. I could do this solo. And meanwhile, he was having sex with Janet Jackson. I can't believe it.
You know how you call Fahima the Oracle?
Yeah.
I got a nickname for the homie Marcus Atkins.
What's that?
The Encyclopedia.
Gotta give it to him, man.
Because he said New Jack Swing changed it up. So that's late 80s, early 90s, right?
Well, keep in mind, that's Bobby Brown too, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
but I remember Zoe was over here talking about some of them songs.
Yeah.
wasn't New Jack Swing. That was all Babyface.
the first time we heard it was the Guy album, Groove Me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Piece of My Love.
Yep.
Yep. was that inadvertent or you just yep?
That was inadvertent.
Yep. What year did Guy Groove Me drop? I guess we got to look that up.
The Encyclopedia?
Where's the encyclopedia at? Atkins, drop it. Come on. I'm assuming it's late. I'm assuming it's 88. I'm assuming.
Groove Me?
Yeah. I bet Groove Me is late 80s, man.
Nah, that got to be 90.
No.
91.
It can't be, because Guy came before
Let me Google that.
Bobby Brown. And Teddy Riley produced My Prerogative, which was on the Don't Be Cruel album. So I'm telling you, it's late 80s. My guess, 88. What year is it?
You're right, 88.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I do this. You know I do this, right?
Shout out Marcus. Shout out Mimi D. 1988.
So, yeah, you gotta, I'm telling you. Terry Tari said, Danny and your producers, you can lose steam and beat things up in the gym, boxing gym, martial arts gym, Krav Maga, mixed martial arts
That's
gym.
cool, but I want to be destructive. I'm not going to lie. I respect that, but I want to be destructive. I want to see something break.
Yeah, I'm going to bring that right now. Somebody sent it to Andy, and Andy sent it to me. There's a place here in town called Rage Ground, and the website is rageground.com. Giving them a free plug here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Abriga. Shout out to Abriga who...
Abriga who's listening, we appreciate you sending that to Andy. And it's right up our alley, man. I will go in there and just wreak havoc, boy. I'll go in there and you listen.
Who you telling?
If I don't get in that Janet Jackson concert, I will reroute right to I'm going to reroute right to Rage Ground. Be able to, don't pleasure principle. What have you done for me lately? Rhythm Nation. I'm just saying. But y'all go to the website and check it out, rageground.com. And it's a pretty slick website, man. Maybe they'll give us a free pasta. I'm just saying. That'd
be dope, huh?
That'd be nice. That'd be some great content for us to go up in that. Just like, we should just go in there shirtless. You down?
I don't know if I can compete with Thirst Trap Morrison here. You know?
I love the look on your face.
I'll be a little bit shy.
You're like, hold on, D.
I think I'm gonna be a little bit shy right there.
I want to go with that. I don't want to do that. They're very, very funny, man. That is hilarious. But yeah, we might do that though. We might go down there and check that place out because I think everybody should have a place to where you can let off some steam, just like Maya May was talking about. Mm-hmm. We're so filled with rage. I think all black people, to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Which black people, Danny? Shut up. Let's not get into that right now.
On that note,
go ahead.
On that note, I know you're a health nut.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking randomly.
Yeah.
Us black people, we suffer from high blood pressure, right?
Yep.
Outside of just the food that we eat, I think because we're on edge all the time,
mm-hmm.
that could also be the cause of our high blood pressure.
It has already been scientifically proven that racism itself affects our blood pressure, man. It's on record, absolutely. The effects of racism are affecting us adversely all the time, man.
Absolutely.
It's tough. Remember I mentioned on the air the other day, and somebody sent me a DM, said, I know what you're talking about. When you go into a grocery store, do you do this? When you go into a grocery store, and let's say a drugstore. You go in a drugstore and you grab something that you need just off the shelf, but you're walking around, you're just looking in the drugstore for items that you might need. And you're wondering the entire time you're walking around, do they think I'm stealing? Do they think I'm stealing? So you inadvertently maybe, or maybe you just do it subconsciously, I don't know, you show the item that you're walking around with just so they don't think that you trying to steal something because you're a large black man walking around a drugstore. I do that. And I'm like, why am I doing that? But I've never stolen anything in my life.
I see your point. I've never really experienced that.
Yeah.
I've never felt that way.
Yeah. Somebody got my DM said, I do that too. It's like, I think
But I can respect that.
a lot of brothers do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because here I am, because, I'll come from the gym and I'll have like a skull cap on. I'll have some sweats. And I ain't gonna front. I might look a little suspicious.
How so?
Because I got sweats on. I got a skull cap on.
Oh, okay.
I'm sweaty.
The skull cap is the giveaway.
Definitely.
If you didn't have that on.
I got cornrows. Some will say there's a stigma attached to the hairstyle I'm rocking.
That's true.
So it's
I'm
like
with you.
walk around. I'm walking around a Walgreens, which is right next to my gym. I'm in there pretty regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll grab like some lotion, and don't worry about the lotion. Don't worry about what it's for. I grab some lotion. It was a hard workout. But I'll grab something. But I have to do a little shopping because I don't want to go into a big old Target. I don't want to go into a big old grocery store. If I can grab items right here in the drugstore, make it quick, in, out, boom, home. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'll walk around just looking if I'll see something that I need. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, they must think that your boy about to grab something. Why do I have to have those feelings? Maybe my feelings are feelings that I shouldn't be experiencing.
But even in your own neighborhood.
In my own neighborhood, Inglewood, where pretty much 95% of the people that are in there
are black.
Customers and
you still have that anxiety.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And what is that about? I'm not by myself, because somebody got my DM says they do the same thing. Don't y'all leave me out by myself. I'm just saying.
I can understand you being in a beauty supply store and feeling like that.
Yeah. I almost did an accent just now, but I'm not going. I got really close. I held back because that wouldn't be right. But I get watched. But the beauty supply store I go into, they have like a human voice. Have you ever heard that?
Oh, yeah.
You walk into there and they go, "Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. May we help you?" An actual human voice that greets you when you walk in the door.
I think for me, mentally, I know that I'm not stealing, so that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I think that's what helps me, or that's what helps me cope. That it doesn't. My mind frame is not thinking like somebody is watching me or looking at me like I'm stealing, because I know mentally I'm going in there to really just purchase something and step out. Now, if I went in there with the intention of stealing something, then oh yeah, my head is on a swivel.
You don't think? Now, I've had a family member tell me that because of the way I grew up, I told you how I was shipped to white schools. I told you I grew up in Trump country. I told you, man, I've been fighting MAGA Nation for years. What I've gone through, my personal experiences have given me those feelings to where I do think all the time, even though it's not true, that maybe some white people about to rain down on your boy, even when they're not.
Danny Mo, that's some trauma that you got to check.
There is no doubt. There is no doubt it's trauma.
For you to carry that and knowing that you're not going in there stealing?
Of course I'm not.
That's some trauma that you got to take care
of. Dude, I've
sure.
never been in a cop car. I've never been to jail. I've never committed a crime. And y'all gonna think I'm playing when I say this. I've never even gotten a ticket in my lifetime.
What ticket you talking about?
Like driving ticket. Never.
Salute to you, my brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sound like I'm perfect or holier than that. It's just the facts, I keep my nose clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't use drugs. I try to keep God in my heart as much as I possibly can. I'm far from perfect, man. Trust me. Because women are the death of me. Trust me. That's why I'm glad that I'm not partaking in any activity these days. That being said, I do. Notice how I had to put that out there.
You got that energy drink, though.
Yeah, I see them giving me love inside the thread. Danny needs to do stand-up comedy. He hyped tonight. By the way, I'm thinking about doing that, by the way.
You should.
I might do an open mic. I've been asked to do an open mic. I might do it. But it's trauma. There's no doubt. And white people that are listening are probably like, you tripping. Because if you walk in, we're not going to see you as somebody that looks suspicious. Just when you open your mouth and start talking, we know. But I got to get over that. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, phone calls are coming in. And we will also do some upon further review clips if we get to them. We always try. Danny Mo Show, KBLA, Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles.
From middays to nighttime.
Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
The Los Angeles Urban League and Parkside Economic Development Corporation are working to close the wealth gap between black and white households. B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program's free virtual workshops will help your family acquire, gain, maintain, and pass down legacy wealth. Learn from the experts about making more with what you have, the Black history of money, joining the Smart Investors Club, preserving your assets in tough times, crypto, cash in or cash out, the wealthy mind and body. Register for this free series that could change your financial future at laul.org/BWAARP. Don't miss B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program every 2nd and 4th Thursday in February, March, and April at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Register now at laul.org/BWAARP.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta read some comments here on YouTube. You guys are wild tonight. And I know we kind of wild tonight, too. Marcus Atkins said a Jerry Curl jam. King Joseph said Soul Train. Mimi D said classic R&B. Danny, don't do the Jerry Curl. Too greasy. I'm just telling you, it was whipped, like we used to say. My Jerry Curl was whipped. Let me see. Stacy Morgan said, Andy, I literally was about to type Soul Glow. Stacy Morgan also said Jerome on Snowfall rolling through the hood. Yeah. I still got to see that episode that everybody's talking about. Marcus Hackett said New Jack Swing changed it up, as he said, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Mimi D said Thriller was 1982. Danny, please Google your dates are off. Thriller was... Did Thriller officially? No, it did not. Thriller did not drop in 82. I think Thriller dropped in 83. Not 82. Gotta look that up. I don't think it dropped in 82. Let me see. King Joseph Brickhouse. Marcus Atkins said Keith Sweat. It's 82? All right, I'll stand corrected. My bad. Good job, Queen. Let me see. I'll read a couple more here. Mimi D said Walgreens is my jam. And Marcus said, thank you. He said, I always use a shopping cart when I go to the store so I don't look suspicious without using one. See? I'm not by myself, man. I think brothers do that because there is an assumption, a racist assumption, that we up to no good. If we spend more than just your average amount of time walking around any type of store, department store, grocery store, drugstore, I think that we're thinking, I bet they think I'm stealing. And maybe they're not, but we're thinking it in our head, and then we start, we're showing what's in our hands like cops are here or something. It's weird.
I can understand that if you were at like a Gelson's.
What the hell is a Gelson's? What are you talking? You live around white people.
I don't live around white people. I live in Inglewood too. Gelson's is over there by the water.
Gelson's?
Santa Monica.
What do they sell?
It's a grocery store.
Gelson's?
Gelson's.
Gelson's.
Gelsons.
Gelson's. Gelson's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a Sprouts. Or a Whole Foods.
I go to those places.
I can see having that feeling at those type of supermarkets.
Well, the thing is, those places are usually pretty liberal. You would think that those places aren't gonna, have any stereotypes and racially profile me just for walking around the store. You would think.
So you mean to tell me that you feel? I feel like this is a dumb question, but you feel more uncomfortable in the neighborhood shopping stores than you would at the outskirts.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like where you're going. Maybe. I'm really, because, I just moved here to LA, as you guys know. I've been here for, 18 months, almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still trying to find out the politics within the neighborhood too. Certain things I can wear, certain blocks I can't be on. Remember I told you that I almost bought some red clothes and some blue clothes, and I was like, oh, that's the only colors y'all got? Guess what? Y'all not getting a sale today. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure things out. I love Inglewood. I love Black LA. I'm going to be moving very soon, and I'm going to stay in Black LA. There's something, you and I had a conversation after the show last night talking about culture. And right. I think that if you are an outsider and you come here to Los Angeles and they go, where do I go where black people meet? I think we are in the hotbed.
100%.
Where black people meet. So I love us. I love being around us. I know that there's differences in us, which we've had those conversations over the last couple of weeks.
But we are black.
To me, black is black, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. Black is black. And Maya May said it so well when she was on. I am here for the marginalized man.
I like that too.
Why can't we all just think that way? I'm here for the marginalized. And remember I told you when it comes to the LGBTQ, they deserve rights too.
100%.
I'm always going to fight for them too. And 100%. I've gotten some negatives from some of these listeners that listen to this show all the time.
From a spiritual perspective,
they say, how can you in one breath shout the name of Jesus on your show and then in the next breath say that you support the LGBTQ? I go, because I can. Mm-hmm. That's why. Because I can.
But yet you was in church over there lusting over that gentleman right there.
You know,
asking the pastor to give me a man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, first of all, none of us are perfect, For all have sinned and come short. But I just honestly believe, and I ain't trying to speak for Jesus in any way, shape, or form. I just honestly believe if Jesus came down and held a conversation with all of us on this planet, he would say, lead with love. Period.
Speaking to the gospel, my brother.
Period. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what crimes you've committed. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't even care what your religion is. Because that's where my mother would draw the line. If you don't go through Jesus, you're going to burn in hell. My mother she don't care how much volunteer work you've done. She don't care how good a person you are. She don't care. Do they believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God? No? Oh, they're Muslim? Then they go to hell. Really? Sorry, Mom. I don't believe that. Oh, they're Catholic? Then they go into hell. Mom, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't believe that when I was a kid because I grew up in the black church and they force feed you that stuff.
In the Bible, I don't know exactly what scripture, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's a stanza that says, honor thy mother, honor thy father.
Yeah.
When you say what you just said, sorry, Mom, I don't believe in that, do you feel that you are disobeying that statement?
No.
Okay.
And this is blasphemy what I'm about to say. I think she's wrong. Sorry. And I think many in the black church are wrong too. I don't think we as men and women, I'm just saying generally speaking, man, I don't think we are ever in the position to tell somebody that they're going to hell. Sorry.
I'm with you.
I don't. If all of us have sinned, if all of us are filled with sin, and all of us are just struggling to try to make our way into the golden gates of heaven, many people don't even believe there is a heaven. Some people believe that we're stuck in hell right now. But I think that all of us are feeling that we are working towards some purpose before we leave this earth. You cannot tell me that we are ever in a position, being the men that we are, that we could point to somebody and say, I'm better than you. I'm just trying to make it myself, man. And that is why it infuriates me when I see people looking down on transgender people. It infuriates me when I see people picking on the houseless out there. It infuriates me when people have an addiction and they feel they can make fun of somebody that has a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction or even a food addiction. It infuriates me when I see people doing that, because you know what? You ain't no better than them. Maybe you grew up in a different household. Maybe you grew up in a different neighborhood. Who knows? Maybe you got a little bit lucky. I could have been one of them gang members out there, but you know what? I got lucky. My mother put me with a mentor. That mentor saved my life and taught me about the teachings of Jesus, man, which is the reason I'm on this microphone today. Saved my life, man. But I'm no better than any other gang member out there right now, because I could have been one. So if people say, I'd never joined a gang, or you a lie. These cats that are in these neighborhoods, they doing it for survival. And sometimes it's the only family they got. I ain't no better than them cats, and neither are you. So I'm never going to look somebody on the eyeball and go, you going to hell. They say the unforgivable sin is somebody that doesn't believe in God. I don't even believe that. I just don't, man. I am not in the position to pigeonhole anybody into going to hell. I'm just not that dude, man. So.
Well said, my brother. Well said.
I don't know. Let me read a few before we come forward. Marcelino Martinez said, I'm still waiting on my W-2 from Walmart for all the self-checkout work that I did there last year. Real talk, man. They say you shouldn't use self-checkout because you're taking jobs away. You're taking jobs away. The more you use self-checkout, the less they need actual bodies to be cashiers. That's what they try to say. Mimi D said, when I visit Los Angeles, I'm wearing purple every day.
Mimi, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You can wear whatever color you want.
That is a lie right there. I don't know about that one.
She can.
Oh, she can?
She can.
Okay, I got you. Marcus Adkins said, when I'm in Los Angeles, I stay in Koreatown. It's nice.
And you're going to be driving around for 2 hours looking for parking. Boy, I'll tell you about Koreatown.
Hey, real talk, right? And Mimi said, good to know. When I visit Los Angeles, I'm wearing purple. I don't know if Crips and Bloods thing is still going. I'm wearing purple. Yeah.
Just as long as you have some gold with that, you'll be good.
You'll be good. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I promise, upon further review, I promise, on the other side. Danny Mo Show, KBLA. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The FDA is green-lighting over-the-counter sales of Narcan by late summer. That means the drug that reverses opioid overdoses will be available without a prescription. Narcan, which is administered as a nasal spray, is credited with saving thousands of lives over the past few years. The ongoing opioid epidemic killed 107,000 Americans in 2021, mostly from fentanyl overdoses. Well, former Vice President Mike Pence is deciding how to respond to a judge's decision to have him testify about January 6, 2021. Brian Shook has more.
Pence said he's heading to Washington, D.C. to meet with his attorney to decide how to move forward with an appeal. Pence noted that he has nothing to hide and said he did his duty during the Capitol riot.
And Seattle, Washington is set to become the first city in the nation to ensure paid sick leave for most gig and app-based workers. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
It's getting hot in here.
KBLA Talk 1580 is apparently the talk of the town. From the LA Times to our talk radio competitors.
Hey, there was a story in the LA Times about Tavis Smiley. Now he is back with his own radio station, KBLA, black-owned and oriented towards the black audience. So, Mo, considering your knowledge of Tavis and his audience, what's your take on this?
Well, I think in a general industry sense, I think it's always good when there are more outlets, there are more talk radio, there's more voices and representation. At that point, I think talk radio had been too homogenous for too long.
Real quickly, is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed.
You think?
There's a new sheriff in town.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
California is a great place to live and work, but those aren't easy things to do for students also going to college. That's why the state created the Californians for All College Corps, a way for students to build skills and help others while earning up to $10,000 for school. Commit to serve your community and we'll help you pay for college. Spots will fill up fast, so learn more and apply today at www.cacollegecorps.com. That's www.cacollegecorps.com. California is a great place to live and work, but those aren't easy things to do for students also going to college. That's why the state created the Californians for All College Corps, a way for students to build skills and help others while earning up to $10,000 for school. Commit to serve your community and we'll help you pay for college. Spots will fill up fast, so learn more and apply today at www.cacollegecorps.com. That's www.cacollegecorps.com.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Nerds! Here at NerdWallet, we often see people wrestle with financial decisions.
Mike is in the ring, up against his nemesis, indecision. Mike can't decide the best way to save his money, and indecision has him boxed in. But wait, Mike tagged in NerdWallet!
Whew, let's go. With NerdWallet's side-by-side comparisons, you can find a high-yield savings account with interest rates that earn more bang for your buck. So the next time you wrestle with a financial decision, you'll come out on top. NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm civil rights attorney Areva Martin, host of Areva Martin in Real Time, weekdays 4 to 6 p.m. right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Be sure to tune in weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for your daily download on the federal bribery trial of LA City Council member Mark Ridley Thomas. The case is sure to have many twists and turns, and our program will be the show of record in the case of United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas. We have our own seasoned justice correspondent who will be checking in with us to keep you up to speed on the daily details of this high-profile legal case. Be sure to tune in to Areva Martin in Real Time, weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Order in the court.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars, working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage, career-track jobs. The Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing around anti-discrimination, learn about union apprenticeship programs, or sign on to a trade registry, please visit www.lablackworkerscenter.org. That's lablackworkerscenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Party people, can y'all get funky? Yeah! So party boys, can y'all get funky? Hell yeah! The Zulu Nation, can y'all get funky? Yeah! Just take the walk and get back. Just get on down and get back. Let's get so funky and get back. Yeah! It's time to chase your dreams. About your seats, make your body swell. Socialize, get down, let your soul lead the way. Can't you shake it now? Go, ladies. It's a living dream. Love the life you live. Come play the game. Our world is free. Do what you want, but scream.
Boy, do you know how many ladies I used to freak on the dance floor? I'm trying to tell you. I'm just saying.
We know a place where the nights are hot. It is a house of folk, females and males, both young and old. Called the disco. The DJ plays your favorite blast, takes you back to the past. Music's magic. Poof, hump, bump, funk, get bumped with some class. People.
Rock, rock to the planet rock. Don't stop.
That's right, come on.
Rock, rock to the planet rock. Don't stop.
You are checking out the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580. Man, I used to walk into the club, you know what I'm saying? I had my parachute pants on, boom, like I said, my Yo Baby Yo t-shirt, little Jerry Curl, boom, boom, and just walk up, and all the ladies would be standing across the wall. I used to, man, I was the man, dude. I used to walk up in there and just grab a little cutie's hand. Come on, girl. I'll be out there with the RoboCop, boom, running man, where you at? Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Hold on. Okay. Let's go back.
I'm just saying.
So when you went to the club or the party, or house party or whatever,
yeah,
when you wanted to dance with a woman,
yeah,
you would grab her by the hand.
Just grab her by the hand.
You didn't see my strategy in my time.
Yeah,
I'd go to the club. You feel me? My song is popping. I would grab the lady by the hip, or I put my hand on her hip.
That's too far.
But I'm not cuffing. I just put my hand real gently on her hip.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, she does the look back. She looks at me.
Yeah.
She verifies, and we get it cracking.
And then who bailed you out?
Nobody does that. What you mean? I was just, you know, it was just funny. It was just funny that you said you would grab her hand.
Just grab her hand. Say, hey, what's up? Hey, baby, what's your name?
Daddy.
I'm just saying, real talk. Like what? Who said it? Was it Trey Songz? Hey, baby, what's your name? Oh, girls, it's your birthday.
Trey Songz.
Open what? Hey, baby, that was me. That's a sample for me. So, baby, what's your name? I'm at me, grab boom. Who is this? Is this Michael Jackson? Oh my God, you gonna let me dance with you? And boy, I was nice too. Hold on, girl. I gotta spritz up before we go out there and go out there and tear it up. and then you start sweating, right? Because you know the club is hot, and then your eyes just be burning because the world of curl activator get all in your eyes and everything, and you just sweat, and you just wiping while you're dancing. Everything. Hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom, and you're in there splashing, trying to get the curl activator out your eyes. True story, by the way.
Did you as a man, you know, when the Jerry curls was popping, did you ever feel like you were Or did women feel like you were in competition when it came to hair?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. Especially when you used to go to the salon to get your Jerry curl taken care of, right? And you're sitting next to all women. Right. You got those curl. They used to have those big pink They got the big pink ones and then the blue ones.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like different colors for the different size. I'm in there with a bunch of women getting my Jerry curl done. It wasn't the most masculine time for the brothers back then.
You was looking like, what's his name?
Stoney Jackson. How about him?
Nah, Lisa dumped me. What's his name? Eric LaSalle. But what was his name on
I can't remember. I can't remember. That was me. Matter of fact, I resembled him a lot. All right, let's get into these clips. Come on, man. Let's stop messing around here. It's time for some Upon Further Review clips that you've all sent us over the past few days. Clips that extend the conversation on some of the topics we've touched on recently on the Danny Mo Show. The first clip is on the heels of a conversation regarding the great black migration we held last week and whether it's a viable option for black people in 2023. A listener sent me this clip, and his name is I Am Some Brum on TikTok, breaking down which American states currently hold the highest population of black people within them. Some pretty eye-opening stuff. Listen.
A lot of people asked me to do this one, so let's get it. These are the top 10 states in the U.S. with the highest black population. It's based on the percentage population in each of these states. So in the USA as a whole, black people make up about 13% of the total population. But all right, let's go. Number 10, New York. Number 9, Virginia. Number 8, North Carolina. Number 7, Delaware. Number 6, South Carolina. Number 5, Alabama. Number 4, Maryland. Number 3, Georgia. Number 2, Louisiana. And the state in the U.S. with the highest black population, Mississippi.
That Delaware caught me off guard. You too, huh? Like, of all those states, you were like, yeah, Delaware. It's like, where'd that come from? It's weird. All of them from the South, I think, except Delaware. Is that right? It's just a weird placement for that. And it was like number 4.
New York was on there, too.
New York, too. Okay. So the Northeast is in it. Delaware?
Maryland.
That's just...
Delaware, I'm surprised.
There's a lot of brothers in Delaware. What? Dover? Where are they in Delaware?
You know what? We've actually had some callers here from Delaware call.
We had one last week, as a matter of fact. That's right. Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah, Delaware. Okay.
So then what's the point of moving to the South if we're already there?
Come on. That's a really, really good point. I think many would assume that California being the most populous state, the state with the most resources, and especially if these reparation checks come through, take all that money down there. Because keep in mind, all those southern states, those also the poorest states in the union. Them red states down there, those are the poorest states. And the blue states, the Democratic states, they use their resources to prop up the red states. So I think they're thinking, move down here, bring your money down here, bring your influence down here, and let's do it. It ain't going to happen. Not in our lifetimes. But I think if there was a concerted effort to get black people down there, a huge campaign saying, hey, you come down here, we're going to get you in a house for cheap. We're going to make sure you got a job. We're going to do this. And some communities start forming down there to where black people can know if they go down there, they're going to be taken care of. It could happen. I don't know if it'll happen. The majority of black people move down there, But it could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. It just won't happen soon. Let's get another one in. The second clip, which blew my mind and is straight blasphemy. And we probably going to talk about this till the end of the show. The R&B singer Case went viral a few days ago when he mentioned that Charlie Wilson sings better than Luther Vandross. Yeah, I said it. Charlie Wilson sings better than Luther Vandross. You have got to hear this clip. Listen.
Charlie Wilson sing better than Luther?
Charlie Wilson snoring sing better than Luther.
Really? For real?
You must not used to listen to the Gap Band.
No, it's not that I don't listen to. But we're talking like voice for voice.
Voice for voice,
bro. I'm sorry, man.
Voice for voice.
I know you do this,
and
but God damn, like
voice for voice.
You got Charlie.
And I love Luther.
You got Charlie Wilson over Luther.
Way over Luther.
Way over Luther.
Wow. Way over.
Like Luther. Way over him.
Way over him. Way over. Way over.
Case we disagree, bro.
Man, listen.
We disagree.
Way.
And all of Black America disagrees with him too.
Danny Mo.
Okay, don't you fix your lips to agree with him. I know that's what you about to do right now. You better watch yourself. That's Luther freaking Vandross, man.
You can make the case.
You cannot make the case on that one. And Charlie got pipes. I don't want to put Charlie down. Charlie got pipes.
I feel like it's different vocal ability. I feel that Luther has a more smooth, silky, sultry voice.
Facts.
While Charlie Wilson, he has that power, that diaphragm singing.
Luther does not do that. That's not his vibe. So I think when I say Luther has the best voice of all time, it's purity. It's the purest R&B voice ever. Whitney on the female side is just, she might be number one all around. Luther, just put some headphones on and listen to Luther sing "House Is Not a Home." It's just not even right. It's not even on this planet how good it is. It's so pure. It's so good. That's why he's regarded as the best.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, Stevie right there, though, man, to me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Stevie right there. Stevie is, his voice, when I went and saw him at the House of Toys that they do at the Microsoft Theater around Christmas time, I was like, Stevie's got to be in his 70s at this point.
Yeah.
Still cracking them songs like he was 15 years old.
Right.
But to me, and I'm telling you, if you did a poll of Black America, ask them who's the greatest male R&B singer of all time, Luther would dominate that competition.
Luther, I mean, he touched people's hearts and souls. You know, with Charlie Wilson, you vibe and you groove into Charlie Wilson.
Yeah.
So I think it's also the type of music that they've made as well, too, that plays into it.
Yeah. And I got to agree with you on, somebody just said that. They said, I agree with Andy. Charlie was better. Luther is a crooner. Okay. If you're going to put them in categories, I guess that's the way to do it. Yeah. It's like doing like the Jordan-LeBron thing, kind of the same thing.
That's true.
You know, LeBron is not better than Jordan, but if you dropped him in categories, who's a better all-around player? LeBron is a better all-around player than Michael Jordan.
Understood.
But Jordan is a better player than LeBron. Come on.
But coming from an R&B singer in Case, is there no value to what he's saying?
Of course there is. He's got more credibility than me.
Okay.
Although I told you, I'm Luther Vandross on the toilet and Teddy Pendergrass in the shower. I told you that. I'm nice. I'm nice in the bathroom when the acoustics are going.
Yeah.
And I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm taking a shower. You know, I got my body wash, you know, and I'm, a house is not a,
Stop it, Danny.
I'm telling you, it's true.
Keep your day job.
On the toilet, too, after some Taco Bell. Okay, we ain't going to get into that, right? All right. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, I told you we're going to get through them tonight. The number 3, upon further review, clip on the other side. Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Women's History Month continues as we honor the Black women who have made a way for us throughout history. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Civil rights activist and broadcasting executive Zernona Clayton has been honored in Atlanta for all her astounding efforts within the civil rights movement over the years. On International Women's Day, she was honored with an 8-foot statue by sculptor Ed White in downtown Atlanta. Some of her contributions to the movement include being instrumental in the desegregation of Atlanta's hospitals, going undercover to investigate employment discrimination, organizing events for the SCLC at the time of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and more. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Lendistry. Lendistry is a national Black-led small business lender that is headquartered in Los Angeles. Lendistry helps small business owners access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit Lendistry, LENDISTRY.com/KBLA today.
Hi, it's me, Gia Peppers. Tune in to More Than That live on radio this weekend or wherever you listen to podcasts. This week, I'm talking to our guests Carmion Hamilton and Jewel Pearson, who share how DIY and tiny homes can allow us to reimagine where we live and the spaces we love. This episode of More Than That is brought to you by Kroger, making fresh food more accessible for our local communities.
It is 1,000% imperative that Black people enjoy the environments that they are in. We, as a people, have gone through enough over the last 400 years. The least we could do for ourselves is exist in a space that we feel good about being in. And I tell people, even if you don't see it together in the inspiration that you're looking for, the fact that you love these things, like, it may not go together for anybody else. It may not make sense to anybody else, but the fact that you love them, that is the thread. And so it will absolutely go together when it's pulled together in your space. It will make sense to you because it's your space.
I wanted to make decisions that were based on what does Jewel want to do versus how much money do I have in my bank account. And that's kind of when I pivoted and decided that I was building a tiny house on wheels and started the research, and here I am. I think I'd start with the very cliche, less is more, for one thing, and then build from there. Because I don't feel like I have given anything up in this process, and that I attribute to the design of my home. And I have all of the things in my home because before I actually built, I knew who I was and what I needed to have in this space. You don't have to give up luxury to go tiny.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Shout out to Crucial Curls. Got inside my my post that I made on God today on my socials, and she said, I had to go through something which set the record straight. The Lord is real. Amen. I'm totally with you. Let me get some comments here. I got to give it to Marcus. He said, I texted belter, not better. So he's basically saying that Charlie Wilson is a better belter, and Luther Vandross is a better crooner. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me get a couple more here. King Joseph said, don't sleep on Marvin Gaye. I think I said that a couple nights ago. Marvin Gaye's probably my number 2. I think he's a lot of people's number 2. Marcus said, I would say Sam Cooke is the best R&B singer of all time. Whew. You know, he died at 33 years old, man. Yeah, and he died at 33, which, by the way he was killed, it's just sad, man. That's man, you talk about a questionable killing. It was like ruled a justifiable homicide when he was killed, whatever that means. But he was putting out album after album after. If you look up Sam Cooke's discography, right? He was putting out an album a year from like the mid 1950s to when he got killed in the mid 1960s, right? Like an album a year, boom, like Jay-Z did. Like boom, 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 boom. So when people say he doesn't have a catalog, it's like, no, he got the catalog. Don't worry about that. But when you die so young, it's tough to say you're the greatest of all time. Although Tupac Shakur, people would say, really? Pac died at 25. And where did he land on that list? What was he, number 5? Where was Pac on that all-time list? Tupac. Wasn't he 5?
You're right. He probably was.
I think he was number 5.
Because it
died at 25.
It was Jay-Z, it was Kendrick, it was Nas. It might have been 4.
I think M was 4. M was above Pac.
I don't remember, but top 5.
But yeah, top 5. So some would say, how does Tupac land at number 5 when he died at 25 with 4 albums? When Sam Cooke died at 33, probably 10 albums, I bet. I don't know. As we always say on the show, you can make the case. You can definitely make the case. Terry Tari said, YouTube said that Marvin Gaye is the best R&B singer. I like Marvin, Eddie Levert, Teddy, Dennis Edwards, Johnny Gill. She said Gerald Levert. And with women, it's Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, etc. I would agree. I always say that Aretha Franklin is the greatest female singer of all time. But I say that Whitney Houston, we're qualifying this one too, is the greatest voice of all time. But as far as female singers, it's gotta be Aretha, man. It's gotta be. Marcus said Sam Cooke was about to become a record label owner when he died. He's also one of the few black artists to own their own publishing. And Terry Tari said Patti LaBelle, Stevie Wonder, Babyface, Bobby Womack. Babyface? I don't know about that. I love Babyface, but I wouldn't put him on the all-time singers list. Producer, I got you. Can we get into this third one before we get up out of here? Let's do it. This third clip is from a king giving us all the advice that he learned from a wealthy woman years ago regarding saving your money. Is it as serious as people make it out to be? Listen.
The wealthiest woman I ever met said that the biggest myth most people have about money is that saving is a good idea. Now, I was a bit shocked and taken back, so I asked her, are you saying it's a bad idea? That's when she said that if saving was such a good idea, then the banks would do it, but they don't. She went on to explain to me how she wanted to buy a car for her daughter and she could get a better deal if she paid cash. So she went to the bank to take out 15 grand and the bank said, you'll have to come back in 2 days and make an appointment. Why? Because when you deposit your money in the bank, they're only required to keep 3 to 10% on hand. Now, most people think that this is so that they don't get robbed, but the truth is they've already lent your money out to another investment institution so they can make more money.
Facts.
So yeah, the banks will tell you to save money so that they can get your money and make more money off of that. And so no, saving money is not a bad idea, but it's the least positive thing to do with your money in a world where investments equal income.
Man, I know some older African Americans don't believe in banks at all. They believe in stuffing their mattress or stuffing it in a shoe somewhere, having like some cookie jar somewhere stuffed with $100 bills. I'm one of them cats. I never have cash on me. Like, never. Of course, I don't have any cash to have on me. But even right now, look, I have $1 on me. Look, I have $1 on me right now. Like, I never have cash on me. I'm one of those guys I'm like 100% credit these days. 100% card or whatever. When I do have money. But that's kind of me in general. And I think a lot of you are also making the transition that I'm doing right now to digital, to all credit. Like, I remember back in the day, I used to have all these CDs in alphabetical order and all of these video games when I used to be a gamer back in the day. Xbox 360, I used to have all these. I used to have a shelf full of Xbox 360 CDs and stuff. And now I am 100% digital in everything. Music, video games, movies, everything. I have no physical disc of any sort anymore. And some say that's crazy. Because number one, how do you sell it? How do you trade it? And what also might happen, what if the server goes down and you lose your content forever? What if that company goes under and you bought some content from them and they're gone? So yeah, there are some skeptics out there that don't want to jump on board and still are about physical. There's still some gamers out there that say, is it going to be a physical copy? I want to buy God of. Are you one of those physical copycats? Yeah. You know, I'm just not that dude. But I love digital. I love the ease of it. I love turning on my game. I got an Xbox. Turning it on, boom, everything's right there. My movies, boom. My music, boom. Games, boom, all right there. So I'm not buying physical anymore. But that's just me. What a great show, y'all. I love y'all so much, especially on YouTube, man. All the listeners, DMs, phone calls. You guys have been fantastic today. And, of course, Maya May. Follow her at Maya on Stage. And she will really add some spice to your life. Good luck. God bless. Gone. Thursday night episode tomorrow. You know how we get down. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning and thank you for sharing a part of your Wednesday